Are you preparing for the ParaPro assessment? Visit www.paraprofessional-test.com for the latest test preparation material to help you pass the ParaPro assessment. Do you prefer to learn through reading? Then our ParaPro study guide is right for you. Or are you more of a visual learner? Or perhaps rushed for time? In that case, push the play button and be totally ready to ace your ParaPro in just 1 hour and 25 minutes with our online ParaPro test preparation course. Or are you the type of person who needs to check all the boxes and wants to feel 100% confident on test day? If that's you, then our ParaPro bundle, which includes our online course and study guide, is perfect for you. Just click the Enroll Now button. Scroll down to look at our course curriculum, which you can see includes all of the domains and competencies that you'll need to know in order to pass your ParaPro assessment. There are 4 reading lessons. There are 7 math lessons. And there's 1 writing lesson, all here to help you prepare for the ParaPro. Now let's go watch math lesson number 1. Welcome to lesson number 5 of the ParaPro online test prep course, and the first set of our math prep lessons designed exactly and exclusively for the ParaPro assessment. This video is being brought to you by paraprofessional-test.com, the best source to pass your paraprofessional test. The ParaPro assessment requires examinees to demonstrate the ability to add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers. To begin, let's review key vocabulary terms that you'll need to know in order to pass your test. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. Difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. And quotient is the answer to a division problem. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing is the backbone of math. In this lesson, we will assume you have an understanding for those very elementary level topics so that we can jump right in to the types of problems that you might see on the ParaPro assessment. There are 2 example problems on the screen right now. Pause the video and solve the problems, then come back and we'll complete them together. When supporting a student, remind them that when finding the sum, it may be helpful to rewrite the problem vertically. So let's start there. Next, start by adding the numbers in the ones column and then add the numbers in the tens column. Remember, if the sum from the ones column is 10 or greater, you write the ones column number in the answer and carry the tens column number up above. 6 plus 8 is 14, so I put the 4 down below and carry the 1 up above. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 2 is 8, so my total is 84. Is that what you got? Awesome. Let's go on to the next problem. Again, I'm going to begin by writing the problem vertically. 172 plus 49. If you haven't already, take a moment, write this, solve it, and come back so we can work through it together. Alright, again, I'm going to start at the ones column, and I know that 2 plus 9 is 11, so I put the 1 here and carry this 1 there. Then 1 plus 7 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. So I put the 2 down below and carry the 1 up above. 1 plus 1 is 2, so my answer is 221. Is that what you got also? Awesome. Let's move on. There are 2 new example problems on the screen. Pause the video, find their difference, and then push the play button again, and we'll solve it together. Start by rewriting the problem vertically. 68 on top, write the subtraction sign, minus 14, right below the 68. I'm going to begin with the ones column, and I know that 8 minus 4 is 4, so I write that directly down below. I move on to the tens column, and 6 minus 1 is 5. The answer that I got is 54. Is that what you got too? Let's move on to the second problem. Again, I'm going to begin writing this problem vertically, so I have 312 minus 98. And what's important here is that we continue to line up the problems with the proper place value. So I put the 8 right below the 2. But we have a problem because I can't do 2 minus 8. If I only have 2, I can't take away 8. But what we can do is we can make this into a 12 by borrowing from this section right here. So now I have 12 minus 8, and I know that's 4. But again, I'm left with less on top than on bottom, and I can't take 9 away from 0. But what I can do is I can make this 0 into a 10 by crossing out the 3 and writing this into a 2. Now I have 10 minus 9, which is 1, and the 2 drops down below. The answer that I came up with is 214. Is that what you got as well? Awesome. Let me clear my screen and let's keep going. Now we will move on to multiplying whole numbers. Pause the video here, find the solutions, hit the play button, and we'll find the products together. To begin, let's write the problems vertically. However, if I was working with the student at this time, I would pause and give the student an instructional strategy or tip. Remember to always write the bigger number on the top. Although when we're multiplying a 2-digit by a 2-digit number, for example, like 12 times 35, this makes no difference. However, if you look at the next problem, 126 times 16, that will definitely make a difference. So what we can do is we can train the students to always write the bigger number on top. I'll begin with 35. 35 multiplied by 12. To begin, I'm going to start with the 2 and multiply that by 5. I know that's 10, so I can put the 1 up above and drop the 0 down below. Next, I have 2 times 3, which is 6. Add this 1, which is 7. Now, it can be really easy to forget whether or not you have used the numbers up above. So what I like to do, and what I like to recommend students do, is that they scratch them out. Now, we're going to be multiplying with this 1, but remember, the 1's value is not 1, actually 10. So what we're going to do to represent that is draw a 0 right down below. 1 times 5 is 5, place that below the 7, and 1 times 3 is 3. Now, let's draw our bar and write our addition sign, and let's add these together. 0 plus 0 is 0, 7 plus 5 is 12. Drag up the 1 here, and 1 plus 3 is 4. The answer that I got is 420. Is that what you got too? Awesome. Let's go on to 126 times 16. If you haven't already, complete this problem and come back to find the solution. If you have, let's do this right now. I'm going to begin by writing the problem vertically. So I have 126 times 16. The steps are going to be similar, but the thing is that we have a hundreds place value now. So still, I'm going to start at the bottom right corner, and I'm going to multiply that by the number right above. So 6 times 6 is 36. I can put the 3 up above, drop the 6 down below. 6 times 2 is 12, and add 3 more. 13, 14, 15. Put the 5 down here, and carry the 1 up right up here. Next, we have 6 times 1, which is 6. Add 1 more, and that's 7. We have 756 so far. Now I'm going to take a moment and scratch these numbers out because I have already used them. Now again, because we have a 1 that's actually representative of a 10, I'm just going to place a 0 right here. Next, let's do 1 times 6, which is 6. Write that directly below the 5. 1 times 2, which is 2. Write that directly below the 7. And then 1 times 1, which is 1. Now we have our 2 solutions, and again, we are going to add them. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 plus 2 is 10. That gives us a 0 down below and a 1 up above. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, don't forget, we always teach our students where to place the comma. So, we place it 3 places over. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Place the comma right between the 2 and the 0, and I got 2016. Is that what you got also? Awesome. Let's move on to division. Let's write it out. 98 divided by 2. The first step is to ask yourself, how many times does 2 go into 9? Let's see here. I know that 2 times 2 is 4. I know that 2 times 4 is 8. Bingo. I think we have a winner. All right. 4 up top, 4 times 2 is 8, so we put the 8 right down below. We draw our subtraction bar. 9 minus 8 is 1, and this 8 just gets dropped down below. Now you ask yourself, well, how many times does 2 go into 18? And I know that 2 times 9 is 18. So, to double check it, to make sure that I have nothing remaining, I can write the number below, subtract it out, and if I get 0, which we do, then we are good to go. Go ahead and solve for 598 divided by 13. Come back when you're ready. What I would do is first write it out, just like we started to in the first step. So I have 598 divided by 13. Now this problem's different because we have a number, which is 13, our divisor, that's in the tens place. Also, our dividend, which is 598, is in the hundreds place. So first we have to ask ourselves, well, can 13 go into the first number? And of course, 13 does not fit into 5. So what we'll do is we'll add a 0 right up above. Now, ask yourself, well, how many times will 13 go into 59? Well, let me see here. I know that 13 times 2 is 26. So if I double that, I get 52, and that's really close. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use 4. Because 4 times 13 is 52. And that's as close to 59 as we can get using 13. Now I draw my subtraction, and 9 minus 2 is 7, and 5 minus 5 is 0. Then the 8 drops down. Now I'm left with 78. And you ask yourself, how many times does 13 go into 78? The answer is a direct 6. So 6 times 13 is 78. But again, just to make sure that I don't have anything remaining, I'm going to write my number as a subtraction, and 78 minus 78 is 0. So we're all good. Stop wondering if this is right for you. Invest in our test prep materials. Pass your ParaPro and become a paraprofessional faster.